Hello again. So, for some of you, we'll say just yesterday. For other people, you'll don't know what I mean about yesterday because you'll be watching this many, many months, years in the future. Anyway, I posted this, Santa's head. Okay, there it is. But sometimes I make this and it's, I make it as a bracelet. Kind of like that. The only thing is, this is pretty big for a bracelet, at least I think. So anyway, so when I make it as a bracelet, I use 1/60s. So I'm going to make it as a bracelet. When I make it as a bracelet, it's also put together a little differently. So normally, of course, it would use a blush, a white, and a red. The only thing is I don't seem to have any blush 1/60s at the moment, so I'm using a pink, but use a blush when you have them. Okay, I can't, I'm not sure why I don't have any blush, I just don't. So we're going to use pink instead of blush. And this uses just a very, very little bit of pink, very little bit. So we're going to start with the ear. You know, bubble. Twisting it. If you want, you know, even tie that on. The other option, of course, is on this, you start with a red and you tie the red and the white and or the red and the blush, and you know, it goes from there. That way, normally won't untie. Now, I use like 2, maybe 3 fingers, not very many, because once again, it does go on the wrist for ladies, of course, mainly, and small wrists. So, we'll say I've got 2 fingers. Then we're going to do 1 finger. 1 finger. That'll be the nose. Then we're going to do 2 more fingers. You know, make sure that these are obviously as close together as possible. And we're going to make our ear. Once again, make that as much similar to the other ear. And that's really all the pink we need, or blush. Okay. Now we're going to take the white. And this will be the mustache. It will be the eyes, and it will be the top of the head. I tend to like to use, as if I'm using a 1/60, I like to use a 2/60 underneath for the beard. Okay. But I just made that kind of to show you where we're going. Anyway, so we're going to take the white and we're going to tie that on. Now let's see, I've kind of prefabbed one over there. So basically, in the blush version, you have this, but this is a 2/60 and this is a 1/60. But you can see where we're going. Okay. Now we're going to take our white. We're going to soften it a little bit. And that'll go underneath the nose. Then we'll go back to the other side, soften it again, and we'll go around the ear. Wrap that a few times. Now, that's how I do it. There's one other way that you can put the eyes on at the exact same time, and that's why I prefab this one. Okay? We're going to, if you want to do it this way, I don't like to do it this way, but you can. We're going to do our mustache. Wrap that around, and then we're going to do 2, you know, one finger bubbles or 1 and a little bit. Twist that around, and then wrap underneath around the nose. Then we continue for the mustache. Okay. Hopefully, you can see those are the mustache, the eyes, the mustache, and then that's it. Okay? My personal preference, I don't like the eyes like this, but that's just me. If you like them, you do it. Good. Back to the way I do it. Now we're here with our mustache and no eyes, and then we're going to put the 1/60 for the hat, and you can start the hat on either side. It doesn't matter, like as in attaching it to the ear. Okay. Now myself, I don't put the back of the head on because once again I want to keep it small. So I just go straight across the back of the head, and then we're going to go back and forth a few times. And you know, as you're making this, would normally be as big as any balloon head that you make. Okay. Now I think I've wrapped it around enough that when I pull this white one off, we're not going to it won't come apart there. Going to let a lot out of this. About that much. Then I tie it. Then I twist it in half because I'm making the eyes right now. This is the way I normally do it. Okay. If I'm really in a speed thing, I definitely do the other version, but I normally only make this for adults, and adults will wait. Children, there's no chance they're going to wait for this, so I won't even make this one for children. But anyway, pull that around the nose, over the eyes, round again. Perfect. Now, we will need that because that can be the top of Santa's hat. If you want to use a 260 for the top of Santa's hat, that's fine. So there is the head. Then we'll go again, back of the head we'll call it. Then this goes over the ears, or sorry, the eyes. That's where we are right there. I like to kind of sit the red on top of the eyes. And then we're going to do the hat. So once again, I keep it small because if it's going to be a bracelet, we don't want it just in somebody's way. Right? Couple of pinch twists there. Another twist right here. Goes to the other ear. I can make for sure like 2 or 3 Santa head with one blush or pink as I've got here, and one white. Well, actually, I could probably get two Santas with one white. But then I usually use the red and I bring it underneath, and that becomes the strap for Santa's the bracelet part. Now we will take a little bit of white. And like I said, if you want to use a 260 for this, there's no reason you can't do that. Okay, that's the top of Santa's hat. Just wrap that around once and twice. There. If I was more economical, well, I'd only have that little bit, but really doesn't matter. Okay. Of course, you're gonna get rid of all your little ends, and then we are going to take a section of 260. This will be the beard. So we're gonna tie that to the ear. Soften it. Push it under the beard a little bit, or under the mustache. Make sure we're not pinching our ears off. Put a lot of stuff around the ears, and of course they'll get tight and tight and tight, and then they'll explode. Okay. There we are. Now normally I use a pink tongue, but I've got a pink face, so you really wouldn't know the difference. So I will get a section of, I think this is fuchsia. Just about any red, pink color will work. I'm sure rose would be just as well. Now I'm using a 260. If you want to use a 160, of course that would work as well. Little ball right there. Pull the end off. Stick it in. Gonna adjust the whiskers just a bit. Well, when you do it, make sure you pull the whiskers down a bit more. I don't want to play with it right now. Now, the one thing about this is if you put it on the wrist right here, the big beard does get in the way, and it'll tilt back. So, if you do want, you take the red, and one more underneath. Okay. And that then will make it sit properly on the wrist, or close enough. If you make this strap way too tight, it's going to flip over. So make sure it's loose. Yeah, color the eyes on, you know. Pull this off, obviously. And there you go. There is a Santa bracelet corsage. Okay. As I say, it looks good with just like that. So if you want to use pink, you use pink. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. If you like this, then watch the advertisement at the beginning. If you didn't like this, then don't watch the advertisement at the beginning. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.